I'm taking final comments there. I begin with Professor Rakesh Sinha. Make your point, sir.
Yeah. You know, it's not a question of rejecting or accepting Hindi, it is hegemony of the English. And I raised the question that, which are known as vernacular intellectuals, but vernacular is a very contemptuous term. Indian languages intellectuals, suppression of the Indian languages intellectuals. It is a Kannada, it is a Malayali, it is a Bengali. That is my concern, that is the concern of the Prime Minister. The spirit of the Machiavellism is dominating. We are not against a particular language. We are against the spirit of that English education system. So the Indian knowledge system, when Indian knowledge system was suppressed, and Prime Minister quoted in the Ramnath Goenka lecture, it's a memorial lecture, that when Mahatma Gandhi said in 1931 lecture in London that you have cut the beautiful tree. Therefore, my concern is that if we are not concerned about our own legacies, and I am surprised that Ruchika is saying that all liberalism and democratic spirit came after reading English. Then there was no democracy in Chola dynasty. There was no democracy in Lakshmi. We are the classical home of democracy. Before Mughal era, we are the classical home of democracy. Don't push Indians in the guilt mind that we have borrowed democracy from Athens or Europe.
Okay, I'm running out of time.
We are proud of our democracy. We are proud of our developmental agenda. We are proud of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
I want to bring you in because Ashutosh, whether we can debate it ad nauseum, but on ground, if you're just looking electorally, people seem to connect with what the Prime Minister says. Professor Sinha might say that it is Prime Minister Modi who re-Hinduized people, decolonized minds, but ground level, electorally, people are connecting to him, no?
Preeti, this is a myth. If the people of this country had been connecting with Mr. Narendra Modi in 2014, BJP wouldn't have got 31% vote share. In 2019, at the epitome of their success, 37% vote share. And in 2024, 36% vote share.
Okay.
The Congress, whenever came into the power at its own, their vote share was always 42, 43, 44, 47, even 49% vote share. So there is no comparison between the BJP and the Congress on that front. Point number two, I just fail to understand. अरे भाई नॉर्थ इंडिया के अंदर आप हिंदी भाषा में इंस्ट्रक्शंस क्यों नहीं देना चाहते? क्यों अंग्रेजी के स्कूल चलाना चाहते हैं? क्यों? क्या प्रॉब्लम है आपको? व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? भाई यही भारतीय जनता पार्टी थी जो बार-बार हिंदी की बात करती, हिंदुस्तान की बात करती थी। आज वो कहती है ना अंग्रेजी को चला के रखिए। अरे भाई मेरे जैसा हिंदी का पत्रकार, उसको अंग्रेजी बोलने में दिक्कत आती है। मैं तो कहता हूं कि एक झटके में पूरे उत्तर भारत के अंदर आप हिंदी मीडियम आप इंस्ट्रक्शन करिए। यू नो व्हाई? बिकॉज़ ऑल द
सर आपको हमारी नौकरी से क्या दिक्कत है? हम अंग्रेजी पत्रकार हैं।
You know what is the hypocrisy? All the top leaders of the BJP, they do not send their kids to the Saraswati Shivu Mandir, जहां पे तथाकथित तरीके से हिंदू संस्कृति में पढ़ाया जाता है। वो अपने बच्चों को मॉडर्न स्कूल में भेजते हैं, पब्लिक स्कूल में भेजते हैं और फिर लंदन, हार्वर्ड, येल भेजते हैं। और यहाँ पे प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं हम हार्वर्ड की बात नहीं करते, हम हार्ड वर्किंग की बात। सारे बच्चे आपको हार्वर्ड जाएंगे, येल जाएंगे, कोलंबिया जाएंगे, आपके सारे बच्चे पब्लिक इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल में पढ़ेंगे।
Hypocrisy, that's what you're hinting at.
It's the greatest hypocrisy ever.
Okay.
या तो राकेश
Dushyant
सिन्हा जी
Sridhar,
कहते हैं
final
हिंदी
comments,
पढ़ाना
sir.
संभव है।
Tushar Sridhar.
Preeti, I think it should not take a lot of efforts and brains for one to understand that the Prime Minister is not opposing the English language as such. He's talking about the culture of sophistication that is associated with the language. And point number two, I do not know about the political ramifications. Yes, it does have a connect. When the Prime Minister in the front, he leads stating this, yes, I'm proud of a culture, I'm proud of that land that has given us the Ramayana and Mahabharata. I, as a person, a millennial, who is not attached to any party, I feel connect. As simple as that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Dr. Ruchika Sharma, go ahead, ma'am.
I just wanted to respond to Mr. Sinha making this shocking statement on national TV that the Cholas were democracy. Sir, the Cholas went and destroyed cities and burnt cities with impunity. Their inscriptions say that women and children were destroyed in this carnage, and they were proud of this particular carnage. They went and destroyed temples upon temples built by the Jain rulers, Parmadiganga being one. In Pulikalanagra, there is an inscription 1042 AD. You can go and check. They destroyed it with impunity because they were Shaiv, right? So please do not say that they were in any way a democracy. They were a monarchy. There is a difference between monarchy and democracy. second point, and this is going to be my concluding point, this whole idea that somehow we have no problem with the English language, but we have problem with the English education system. Well, English education system is the one that actually offered education to everyone for the first time in Indian history, including women, including Shudras, including
Dr.
Atishudras.
Okay, Professor Sinha, because you've said, you've made a comment there. Professor Sinha, you have 20 seconds to respond, sir. Then I'd like to quickly wrap up.
I'll also want 20 seconds.
Just what dynasty and rulers do, and what the political system is. Chola, there is a democracy in Chola dynasty. There is democracy in Lakshmi. You will deny the now democracy in Lakshmi. You will deny the democracy in Magadh. So I think there was a different context of their ruling, and that context should not be equated with the modern context. It should be read and it should be seen in that context. And last comment, that we should come out from the westernized mind, Ruchika. We are democratic. By giving a micro examples, you cannot prove that in India as a nation and civilization has been served by the Western education system.
20 seconds to Ashutosh, and please allow me to close this debate. Okay, Ashutosh,
and historical context.
Everyone wants to comment. 10 seconds each. Go ahead.
I'm really aghast that today monarchy has become synonymous with the democracy, and democracy has become synonymous with monarchy. I'm really aghast. If this is the political understanding of Indian, all the different governance system, then I have nothing to say and nothing to add.
Okay, great. I'm glad because I'm running out of time. Dr. Ruchika Sharma, 10 seconds.
I just wanted to respond to Mr. Sinha making this comment that somehow this is a micro example. Shudra, Atishudra and women are the majority of this country if you take them together, right? And the census report that I quoted said that, out of these 9 crore, almost all of the women were uneducated.
Dushyant,
Before
the
English
last 10
education
seconds,
system
ma'am.
was brought
I
in.
have terribly run out of time. Yes, Dushyant.
Very quickly, Preeti, since there was a reference to Chola inscription, the Chola inscription of Uttiramerur near Kanchipuram does talk about democracy, the qualification that is required for elections. And with respect to monarchy and democracy, of course, after 1947, what have we been? A democracy. We have had many members of the same family governing the country. So I don't think that is democracy in any way.
But then electorally, they were elected.
You choose, and
it's
then
an
you ask
election.
people
Okay,
to elect. You choose and you ask people
I
to
have no
elect.
time. Okay, I have completely run out of time.
But Preeti,
This is a debate that can continue, I think for hours, and we're going to just let it rest just briefly for now.